Okay, today we are playing a game on Junkertown. We are in the Platinum SR range, and we will be playing Roadhog the entire way through. And I have nothing else to say. Let's start the game. So, defending first, up to no good, off on the side. Pretty hard to die doing this, to be honest. We kind of gave it away a little early. Oh, but we're going to come back for round 2. Yep, perfect, textbook. And we scamper away into the darkness. Now, tragically, we just lost both our DPS, but we're up to no good. We're still up to no good. We're getting away with it. It's frustratingly hard for us to die doing this, to be honest with you. It's very upsetting to me that this is relatively risk-free. Because if anything bad happens, we scamper away into the alleyway on our right-hand side, taking a breather, and we're pretty much good. Walking all the way across that bridge, a little bit on the optimistic side. That's something that we should have been more punished for, but conveniently we were not. So, hey, if you don't get punished, you don't have to learn. That's what I always say. Didn't really need to try and hook the Reinhardt right there. He was pretty much already fucked anyway. And then we couldn't use the hook to, like, try and go for any of the other people that were around there instead. Didn't matter, obviously. Still all went pretty good. So, hey, might as well go off on the side, see if we can get one of the boys. We got one of the boys, and we scamper away. All good, no problems. And we're thinking about going back for round 2. Right now, didn't quite get the Reinhardt, unfortunate. Hey, here's their Roadhog. We decided that we're gonna ult him, which, while excessive, I do understand. Ooh, very scary. We're pretty much fucked right now. Yeah. So, I understand the ulting on the Roadhog, because we didn't have our hook, and if we can just, like, pin him into the corner of this room, he's pretty dead. He does slide out, but we still get him all the same. We pretty much just overcommit to it by coming all the way over to this side of the building, because we do know they have boys over here with crowd control, so we end up getting in this awkward situation, and we have to run quite far back through this confined location to get out, so we're pretty much dead at that point. I understand the desire to kill the Roadhog, but given we didn't have our hook up, the ult was I'm not bothered that we used it, because if we pinned him in the room, he was dead, but going all the way to the other side of the building was too much. And we ended up getting punished for it. So now, they're pushing up. Our team's getting picked off by their Roadhog right now. You know, it's the video game. We're waiting. Here comes their Roadhog. Ooh, that was interesting. Hold on, I want to watch that one again. I understand why it happened. Just like our turn like pulled him on the other side of that wall, but it's not what you expect to see happen in that situation, is it? So we got pretty spooked right there, decided to play it calm, come back round for round 2, we get him, lost the checkpoint, here comes their Rhine. This was not a good idea from him. Alright, that's fair enough. I was mad that their Rhine was gonna get away with it, but he didn't get away with it, because we decided that we just were gonna fucking ult him in that room. Which, fair enough. Fair enough. I was upset because I thought he was going to get away with it, but we decided we weren't going to let him get away with it. So, that's a hard angle to try and hook someone from, and even if we do hook them, like, dragging them up to you like that, it's kind of hard to actually kill the guy, in my experience anyway, but we're going to get that guy. Conveniently, McCree's got a pretty big head, just unload all the shells right down into his fucking skull. Even, like, post-buff Roadhog, I don't know, when I pull someone up to me on the ledge, I just have a bad time trying to kill the guy. I don't know, maybe that's just a me problem. So Ash is fucking dead. Are we gonna get this Zen? We don't know. We don't know he's there. How unfortunate. Zenyatta's really fun to bully. So we dropped down to get that guy. I would prefer if we shot him first, then hooked him. Just slightly more efficient use of damage rather than just hooking him straight out. Doesn't matter, he was like fucking dead regardless. Got blocked by Reinhardt, tragic, very unfortunate. Staying up here is very greedy. Continuing to fight on this ledge, I wouldn't recommend it, really. This is now happening, so hey! It all works out in the end. It's just there's no cover there. We kind of get away with it because... Well, she was upset about that one. We get away with it because they don't have, like, much here that could punish us at the time, but, like... If, like, their Roadhog's up here with the majority of their team... or their McCree's here or something like that, doing that becomes a lot scarier, because there's, like, no cover up there, really, except the ledge that we're not really hidden behind, and we had a long way to go to get back to safety, if something bad had started happening. We didn't get punished, and if you don't get punished, you don't have to learn. So, we've got our ult ready, if things get really sketchy. So, I'm having trouble parsing which team we were on. Okay, I was like... Just looking at both the teams, like, no, we're Team 1, okay, because I was like, what's their Ryan at ult charge-wise? He actually has, like, way less than I thought he did. So we decide to ult. We don't really get too much done other than making Reinhardt feel bad. We were getting shot at by Bob while we were doing this. Like, Ryan felt pretty bad. He's fucking dead. Yeah, Bob's over there. There's not really much we could do to get away from Bob. We can just, like, keep running backwards. You know, and get around the ledge over there to our left. Over there. Or the ledge, the corner. Instead, we kind of, like, went back over to look down at the bad men, presumably, like, hoping to kill someone. But, like, Bob's shooting at us that whole time, and I think we had Discord on us as well. We should have been, like, prioritizing getting to cover instead. Because dying is generally not preferential to staying alive. Sometimes dying is preferential. But, not really there, because, to be honest, we might have still been able to make something work, because, like, that's kind of how Roadhog is right now, you know? If the enemy team doesn't, like, really, put much effort into killing you, like, as a team, you can get away with some really wacky shit. Which was always the case, it's just now you're more threatening while you're doing it. So, you know, that's nice. Because you can always, like, drag things out really long as... Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, we're gonna recover so much fucking health right here. Yeah, Ryan's like, motherfucker. Like, we got splashed before that happened, so we were gonna... take a breather was gonna be real fucking chunking. Better to try and wait on that hook. That was gonna be a hard hook regardless, just because of the proximity to the ledge, or the corner. Why do I keep calling them ledges? It's a vertical ledge. You get me? You get me? So we did Shazammed Zenyatta. He's probably not very happy about that one. Genji's going in with Dragon Blade right now, and he just got nano boosted, so hey. We're gonna get, yeah, like, he's not gonna be too happy about that. Oh, fuck, McCree's using Deadeye. Jesus Christ. Nah, because she's above us. I was gonna say turning around would have helped to try and hide our head from the ash, but no, she's above us, so even if we did, like, turn around, she'd still be able to actually see our head regardless. Yeah, McCree using Deadeye ended up being really spooky. Using the whole... If we didn't use the whole... Oh, we might not have killed the Roadhog, though. It was an awkward situation. It was a very aggressive maneuver we went for, either way, like hopping down behind them like that, but I wasn't really bothered about it, because it still seemed like we had pretty good odds of getting away with it, honestly. I'm not bothered if we do some crazy shit, as long as it, like, would be sick if it worked, or it has a good chance of working out, and to be honest, with Roadhog, it has a pretty good chance of working out these days. Didn't manage to kill that Roadhog. It was very twitchy on those last two hooks right there. It's one of those things where, like, it's usually better to take an extra, like, second or half a second to, like, line up the shot, especially when you're in, like, close proximity to such, to doorways like that, you know? Or, Winston's got his bubble he can drop down. It was usually better to wait to see if he's gonna drop it down, you know, just wait, like, a second to see if he's gonna do it. Or, like, when you're around, like Junkertown's got a lot of doorways like that, where it's usually better to, like, wait a little bit for them to, like, really come into view. Because you can end up getting cock-blocked by corners pretty hard as Roadhog. How tragic. how very upsetting for Winston. Ana as well, but mostly Winston. Ooh, their Roadhog's back. Ah, we got him on the corner, didn't we? Of the outhouse. I just really wanted to watch Winston get fucked again. Yeah, that would have been fine. Like, we would have got him if we didn't do the turn right there, because we were so close to the outhouse. Didn't matter. Got away with it. Don't get punished. Don't have to learn. We have gotten cock-blocked by turning like that twice now. It is nice to get the extra distance on them, but as we've seen in this game, if you're right next to a corner like that, some piece of geometry, you can end up saving the guy by doing the twist, so it's something to think about. One of those, like, that was very aggressive, as we can see. There's there's a few things that can go wrong when you, like, go after an Ana pretty aggressively like that, as we saw by being purple. Also one of those instances where an extra half a second around the other side of the corner would have helped line that one up on the Ana, because if we kill the Ana, hey, maybe it's worth it at least, right? But we just came around the corner and we're really excited to get the Ana. We end up missing the hook. You know, you don't have to go for it immediately. Patience is a virtue, you know? Sometimes taking that extra half second to line the shot up, it pays dividends in the end. We really want that Ana. I can see the lust in our eyes, but she's very far away from us right now, so not really likely. Very excited to try and hook someone right there. Just another example of, like, some patience would have helped on that one. She was probably dead regardless. Probably didn't really need to try and hook her, but Ana is so important to kill that I'm not really bothered using the hook regardless, just to try and make sure we kill her, you know? But that one we could have probably gotten away with not going for the hook. I understand using the ult on Winston. It's just also one of those situations where we were probably going to be fine. Didn't really need to use the whole hog on him. But whole hog is also an ultimate that's kind of like, whatever, right? No one's really saving whole hog from any huge plays unless there's some really nice geometry on the map where you can push the entire team off. So not really the end of the world if you use it a bit over extravagantly, I guess. Couldn't figure out how to end that one right there. It's not the worst ult in the world to use it very aggressively like that. Another, you know, Winston, when he jumps in, is when he's most likely to drop his bubble, so, again, patience pays off. Like, when Winston's jumping in, it's when he's most likely to drop the bubble down. Now, he might be jumping in without his bubble up, but either way, patience. You see if he's got it when he's jumping in, or you wait for him to drop it, and then you can walk through it to try and hook him, break the bubble. Patience is a virtue. It's one of those, I was talking about this in the Q&A video on Monday, where, like, insane reaction speed is usually not as important as just being a little bit more patient with regards to aiming. Like, insane reactions, like hooking the guy the second he comes into view, is all well and good, but you're usually better off just taking an extra second to make sure everything's gonna pan out, you know? Extra half seconds, like, get a read on the guy, figure out if you might get cockblocked by the corner, you know? Things like that. But given that that's all I've talked about, really, for this entire video, because what else is there to say about Roadhog, really? You know, fairly straightforward hero as far as they go. Basically, the thing that stood out the most is, like, don't be quite so twitchy with the hook, you know. It's like one of those things as well where the threat of the hook is just as impactful as the hook itself a lot of the time. Because if you go for these really twitchy hook shots where you don't have as great a chance of landing them, the enemy then knows that you don't have your hook for the next few seconds, which means that you're significantly less scary to them now. Post-buff, you're more scary than you were previously, of course, but once your hook is down, people have less reason to be scared of Roadhog, so if you're not, like, really sure that you're gonna land that hook shot, you know, if you're just like, only like a 30% odds that you're gonna hit it, it's usually not really worth going for because you become so much less threatening without it. Because they see it's now down. If they don't know, like, even if they don't know, they have to operate assuming that you have it still, because the punishment for assuming wrong is so severe. So, the threat can be as bad, so, like, going for, like, low odds hooks is often quite detrimental, because then people are just spend way less time being scared of you as a result of missing the low shot, so you're better off, like, holding it if you're not, like, really confident that you're gonna land that hook. Especially if there's, like, flankers and divers around, because if, like, Tracer sees you miss a hook, if Genji sees you miss a hook, they go, oh, sick, I'm, like, way less likely to die while I'm being aggressive right now, so, just patience, you know. We were over confident in a few places as well, but to be honest with you, not that many, all things considered, so, there you go. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join Discord, ask questions more directly, and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I start streaming on Twitch, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 PM EST till 11 EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. If you managed to make it all through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful. I've gotta fix this fucking green screen.